What is going on, YouTube? It's your boy Marcus the Boss, and today we have more replays from Sigilyph Suspect. I'm actually recording these, of course it's the future, so I'm gonna have this, I'm gonna have another live from Sigilyph Suspect, and then I'm gonna have to restart alts. And I'm not gonna have a lot of time if I want to, it's gonna be some type of last ditch type shit. But for now, this is the dilemma. So we got Diancie versus Flygon as a lead match. I'm just gonna U-turn. I'm still CB. Got the crit. I probably could have EQ'd there, but then either Sigilyph comes in. Maybe I don't OHKO. I mean, I'm probably gonna OHKO. Because I believe in Flygon to OHKO, Diancie's pretty bulky. I hit power because it covers him staying in, and it covers his only resist to Heavy Slam. Golurk also weighs 1,000,000,000 pounds, so maybe he could have went down Heavy Slam, which also gets killed by Power Whip. The only problem is that Mind Chow gets in, broken ass Mon. This should have been the suspect. We're being real. This should have been the suspect. He just U-turns. This was a pretty free Golurk that I'm surprised he didn't take, because I think Golurk was was a better play in that situation, just because it's harder for me to switch in. I mean, this team doesn't really switch into much of anything, but it's easier to switch into Sigilyph than it is to switch into Golurk on this team. I guess you don't really know if your Golurk is actually faster. He gets the roll, which is hella cheese, because now I either had to... Well, I mean, Flygon's actually naturally faster, so I don't do anything. I just go to Flygon and just U-turn. Because even if he switches, he's not HDB like I am, but my dad is dead, so that doesn't even matter. I go to Decidueye, like, okay, this is a Sigilyph play, this is a kill. The only problem with this is that either Mind Chow or Sigilyph can come back in now. Because I am locked into Leaf Blade, because, I'm CB. But I still have Garbodor, so I'm just going to go to that. I probably should have clicked Gunk Shot on this turn. But I think I either Seed Bombed or got up another Spike, and I did Seed Bomb. I think I Stomping you, just clicking moves that don't miss, it's damage on Mind Chow. It has Regenerator, but he's Life Orb, so he's going to be taking chip, extra chip. He goes for Defog, which is, it's a good play. It's not a bad play. I mean, of course, you get Rocks and Spike out of here. Why wouldn't you love that? But, I guess he doesn't have, like, Shadow Ball or something, or Spirit Shackle, or maybe he just has Bolt, which wouldn't hit me because he knocked off my item. He just goes hard Golurk, but I'm still getting a Spike up. I go to Decidueye and just Leaf Blade. And the problem here is I just sack Sigilyph because I don't have my Garbodor to take the knockoffs anymore, just absorb it, or Diancie. So I'm just gonna have to sack Mind Chow. Again, he has Regenerator, but he's still taking chip, and he still has to take a Spike. Actually, he went to Decidueye, which means that my Decidueye just wins the game. I could have went to Flygon and clicked Scale Shot and won that way, but the first game I played on this day of replays in the live, the servers were fucky, and I lost in a Scale Shot miss game 1, so I'm not gonna risk that. Plus, I have Shadow Sneak. Does more than enough to Mind Chow. And I think if he would have switched out, and try to get more regens, I might have been in a bit of a... never mind. Because he probably has to CC to kill Copper. And after he does that, then he's at -1 Shadow Sneak kill. So that's game 1 today. Same team, of course, I've been using the same team, except for Golisopod on the first few, games. But it's the same team, nonetheless. Or, it's the same team with Flygon. And I felt that Flygon's been an upgrade just because Snozuki has a suit. I'm just gonna go to Copper. I probably should have went to hard Decidueye first, but I just do that now. Because I'm kind of getting lost. Like, what's this thing about to do? Turns out he's just trying to burn me. So I get... not Blastoise. What am I trying to... I get Decidueye into Poltergeist. He goes for Flip Turn, but he lets himself take that big-ass hit from Poltergeist. I'm like, okay, he goes to Sylveon. I'm just gonna Poltergeist again. Like, I don't see an issue. There's no Ghost Resist on my screen. Escavalier is probably the closest. And I'm just gonna Poltergeist again because I don't care if this gets protected, wished back. I just don't want Blastoise to. So that happens. He gets the wish. And that's cool. I go to Garbodor here because I'm just going to resist Moonblast, Hyper Voice, anything. Moonblast is cool because some Flygons have Throat Chop, some Pangoro as well, You can't Hyper Voice, but just Double Edge. Hit him with Double Edge, come on, just Double Edge. I mean, he has all contact. Escavalier only has contact, so he's going to take Helmet from that. And then he's going to take Aftermath after the next hit. So I just get all my spikes up and then just do that. And plus, I have spin blocking on deck. I could go to Decidueye and get another free Poltergeist. I could go to, Flygon and kill him. I go to Sigilyph and okay. I thought he would, predict, play around the potential Heat Wave, but that doesn't happen. So I'm just, okay, I'm just going to kill you now. You're just going to sack this? Alright, that's cool with me. Scavalier is not here anymore. I'll take that. I'm gonna go to Sid so we can't spin kill, because that was a pretty easy play to do. I'm gonna U-turn, and I figured, oh, he's not gonna stay it, but he does stay it. I guess he doesn't really have a switch into Sigilyph at all, so he was just sacking that. But I just got Sigilyph back in anyway, so it's all good. He goes to Sylveon now, and I'm just gonna Psychic. Nice chip on Sylveon. I'm just gonna go to Copper, and I think I Power Whip with Copper, just to be absolutely sure. He just protects. Okay, so that doesn't happen. I just killed Sylveon. I'm like, okay, you can spin, and you can like do whatever you want. I just don't want this coming back to life. So I guess he scalded because he thought I was gonna spin block. No, I just don't want. I don't care if you spin. Just die, please. So I kill the. Then go to Diancie because Diancie is a pretty foolproof plan to wall Goodra unless CB Power Whip is coming. Because Sludge Wave, that doesn't do anything. It's neutral, doesn't do anything. Diamond Storm does more than Moonblast. So I'm trying to get the defense boost, because if I get the defense boost, then I can't be beaten by Aerodactyl, I think, but that doesn't happen. Plus, I'm getting worn down anyway. Probably should have just killed it with Diamond Storm. I don't know why I Moonblasted. Because I even said I knew that Moonblast would do less. He goes to Sigilyph. He can't set shit up because I have Diamond Storm. I just go to Flygon and it's just a U-turn, because they're going to check for Scarf Sigilyph, which he isn't. So I'm just going to U-turn, sack my Sigilyph, but he misses Air Slash. I don't know why you wouldn't just Side Shock, because it hits Copper harder, because, it hits the physical side. And I win this tie and get a pair, which is really nice. He goes for Heat Wave, which is less accurate than Air Slash, but I guess that one does hit Copper. I go to Flygon now, and it's just a Scale Shot, because now Aerodactyl can't set shit up, because if it does, it's going to be slower than me. Or, it is slower than me, but it can't set shit up because it can't be faster than me anymore. And I do have I have Shadow Sneak waiting after the fact, so he can set up if he wants. That's a clean 2-hit with 2 hits. Nice. You love to see it. Got 3 hits with the Scale Shot. Now he's in Shadow Sneak range, so I just hit a Scale Shot and the game's over. And that will be game 2 for today. If you guys remember the last video, I played it with the X-Cloud, broken-ass X-Cloud, at the end of the first video of the Suspect test. You know that this team has issues with X-Cloud because it's broken, but I do have Flygon, which makes the X-Cloud matchup better, because now I don't have the first impression or, like, Aqua Jet. I'm actually just naturally faster. And once Copper and Sylveon die, I see a Scale Shot win. Oh, Glizzbot too, because, I can't beat Glizzbot with Scale Shot. Glizzbot has a ton of physical defense. Will-O-Wisp, which sucks, because I can't. Rotom Mow is another big problem for this team. Like, Sigilyph is naturally faster. Decidueye has Shadow Sneak. Flygon can Scale Shot and be naturally faster. It also has First Impression, stuff like that. I probably could have went to Flygon and U-turned into Garbodor, and just U-turned in general would have been a nice play. That just happens. I think I just Spike here, because he's not gonna let Rotom die here, is he? I mean, he could, because it's not gonna do much, if anything. I'm just gonna get spikes up. Rocks are going up, because that's the only thing on his team that learns it, is the Copper Jaw. I do have Copper Jaw and Diancie for X-Cloud, but X-Cloud's broken, so it's still, it doesn't even matter that much. Flygon's actually quite heavy, which is why that doesn't, just straight kill me, which is pretty cool, because, Copper Jaw also weighs 1,000 pounds and has heavy metal. He takes the helmet, but it doesn't helmet enough to die or to get emergency exited, but I do have the Gunk Shot next. I've been critting the shit out of him with his Garbodor, with all due respect. Goes into Mind Shout next. If he kills me, he's gonna take Aftermath and Helmet, because he hasn't knocked me off yet. He does so with U-turn. There's the Aftermath, there's the Helmet, and I know it has regen, but it's still taking spikes, because it's not boots, it's still taking spikes. Ghostpaw's a big threat without Garbodor, so I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna let him kill First Impression. I had to break Sigilyph's Sash, but I let him do that. I go to Diancie. I think he U-turns here, which is great. I don't know if Sigilyph would have eaten that. It is Scarf Mind Shout, but I am basically, you could say I'm cutting in half I'm cutting his health in half, you know what I mean? Because, Regenerator heals about 1/3, 2 spikes doing 17%. Never thought about that, but you could say that's the case. He goes to Rotom Mow against this, just to sack it. I click Pulse because he has X-Cloud, but other than that, there's not another Ghost Resistance side. Probably could have clicked Leaf Blade, but, I was just going to die anyway, so I'm glad he didn't go X-Cloud, because I would have died to burn and not gone off any damage. But I do get Rotom out of here, which I guess doesn't. It helps, because it can't come back into Defog now. It helps, definitely. I should have gone for Rocks here. Because that would have, if I just went for Rocks here, that would have been a great play. If I went for Rocks, because I got him with the Body Press, and I should have just rocked. Because I knew, I'm faster than I just showed that I'm faster. I'm like, okay, I'm just going to have his Copper's at 12 anyway, so it doesn't matter. I just EQ because I didn't know if Heavy Slam would even kill Copper. I just like, okay, whatever you, just don't go back into Copper. I think I'm good. He goes to Copper. I'm like, okay, yeah, this wasn't gonna live the Heavy Slam. I actually didn't know that. I just didn't Heavy Slam just in case he wasn't going to. You know, what am I trying to say? I don't know what I'm trying to say. In case he tried to pass the wish to Copper, but it didn't even live, so it doesn't matter. I'm probably faster than his Copper with mine anyway, and he probably doesn't have EQ because, you know, Whip, Heat Crash, Heavy Slam rocks. Yeah, so he kills that, and I'm like, okay, I'm fucked here. So I'm like, okay, watch this trickery. This is, I guess you could call this trickery. This is just a great play on my end. I go to Sigilyph because, you know, if I went to Sigilyph first, then he wouldn't have done it because it doesn't kill. So he wouldn't have stayed in, he wouldn't have kept the defense drops, because I didn't go to Flygon, he doesn't suspect that I have anything. So the game's looking over. But I just have first impression, let him get -4 or whatever defense he's at, and I just do that, first impression. Flygon. Clutch it up here, I just go to Copper now. And Copper just wins the game, because Surf is going to do a lot. After 2 Surfs, that's 58% total with 2 Surfs. Copper has no recovery because I don't have leftovers. And I'm Vest, and that just helps me because now Sylveon not going to kill Moonblast because of the aforementioned Vest, and Heavy Slam just finishes the job. So that's going to be the 3 replays today. Like I said, we clutched up for now, but stay tuned for that live because things really, unfortunately, went south. And I hate to say that, but it really did. So that's going to be it for me for this video, and see you in the next one.